Hello everyone, my name is Raghav and this is our game Virus, the 0.1%. So I'll be presenting it on behalf of my team, the Illiterates, and let's get right into it. So first thing I want to point out that we did was update our main menu, and as you can see, we have a custom visual that I made for the game, along with the title and the play button and the quit button. So if you press the play button, it will play the game, and if you press the quit button, it will quit the game. But this won't work because I haven't built the game yet, and that's because we plan on continuing to work on this game even after this class. So I'm not ready to quite build the game yet. Another thing you'll notice right off is the music playing in the background. So we added in sounds, and that I guess we'll start with the game. And hope you won't judge for what I'm about to do, and you'll see in a second what I mean. All right, so we added in cutscenes, and I'll read them out for you guys. Oh yeah, bro, that was a good workout. Time to eat. Hey, make sure you sanitize your hands first. And so we have a button to click for the next scene. And so here's the droplet of the hand sanitizer going down to his hands. And if we zoom in to his dirty hand, we see a bunch of germs. And so they're happily marry and jumping around and all that. And then all of a sudden, hey, what's that? Huh? So so the droplet is now a helicopter, as you can see. And what in the... So out jumps these hand sanitizer droplet soldiers that are carrying guns. And yeah, oh no, Charlie, And so they start shooting and attacking these germs that were living on this guy's hand. And then they're like, okay, good work, boys. We killed him about 99.9% of them. Yeah, that's like all of them, right? All right, let's go. And so they missed this one guy with a gun, and seems to be pretty angry to me. So says, grrr, we just wanted peace. And this guy's in for a treat in a second. You started this. And you see him hopping off his finger onto the burger he's about to eat, onto his tongue. But I will finish it. And down he goes to the throat. So that brings us... We have our protagonist here, the little germ that became the 0.1% that survives. So yeah, that's what our game is about. That's the concept. You play as this germ that becomes a virus, and your goal is to pretty much destroy anything that's alive in this person's body. Yeah, it sounds pretty messed up, but at the time we thought it was a pretty funny idea because the whole virus thing was going on and it was pretty new at the time. But yeah, so with that, I'll get started with the actual gameplay. So first thing I want to point out is the mouse rotation, as you can see with the arm. And so this was pretty important because we were making a 2D platformer shooter game. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the shooting part. So you can see it shoots in every direction, and if you press R, it'll reload the gun. As you can see in the corner over here, that shows your ammo. And next I'll show you the jump. So there's a single jump, and then there's a double jump. And you can move left and right. And if you notice, the character also flips according to what direction you're going in. So yeah, with that, I'll move on to the next area. So it is a platformer, so there's going to be platforms to jump across, you know. So we're about to encounter the first enemy, and you'll notice it's a white blood cell, which makes sense to the setting. So this type of enemy, we wanted to just chase you straight up. Like, once you're in its range and it sees you, it'll chase after you, and it will keep doing so until it catches you, and then it just starts beating at you with the mallet it holds. So I took that one down, but there's plenty more to come. And the mission of our game design was to make this a challenging game, because platformers are generally pretty easy. Like, you know, this is pretty easy type of game. So we wanted to make it a sort of challenge. Like, it had to be fast paced. So you'll see it in a second now, how the enemies react when there's multiple enemies attacking you. So we'll come close to the enemy, and there you see it's chasing after me. It goes from its idle position to the chase, and if I let it hit me, you see the health going down. So I'm actually gonna let it kill me right now, so you can see the death animation. So if you press play again, it will reload the level. So from now on, if I do die, I'm gonna use some hacks that we left in for the purpose of making it easier, like this, for us to test. So yeah, let's just go back real quick. So yeah, you can see that the enemies also have their own death animations, and they'll lie there, and after about 10 seconds they disappear, just like that. Alright, so now I'm going to show you what it's like when there's let's just fly up. When there's multiple enemies running after you. So this is part of the challenge we wanted to make. So yeah, now it doesn't seem as easy, does it? Okay. Ooh. Okay, I almost I almost died actually. Yeah, that was so that was our goal, as you can see, to make it as challenging as possible for the player. That includes the platforming and the enemy types, like that. So we have certain platforms that are a little trickier to jump across. There we go. I'm sure you've noticed by now, but there's sound effects for the jumps, and when the player gets hit with the club that the enemy holds, and when the enemies are getting shot at by the player, it all has a sound effect. So I'm actually gonna pause right here and show you guys the graphics too. I forgot to mention that we updated the background. We have these layers of fat as walls now. We updated the platforms for the ground as well, so I'll probably have a picture or a clip or something to show you guys the previous versions of these platforms. Alright, let's keep going. Another one. Alright. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Alright, so this is something new we added in. Earlier we had platforms that kind of just went out like this, and it was kind of hard to tell where you're going. So we added in slanted platforms to help guide you into the direction you're supposed to go, such as this one where you're going down. Alright, so there's even more of them here. Let's hope I don't die. I think I'm gonna die. So another thing I want you to notice is when you're in a distance and they haven't noticed you yet. Oh, that's my chance. But if you shoot the bullet at them first, they will be alerted. So they don't just take damage. They'll be alerted and they'll chase after you. They haven't spotted you already. So let's keep going, and I'm gonna bring you towards this guy. So this was supposed to be our second enemy type, the one that shoots at you, but as you can see, the bullet is only going in one direction. However, we did come very close. I worked on it for hours, and I thought it would be as simple as the player one, because that one works, but we only got the arm to rotate around. Actually did get it working for a brief moment, and then I don't know what happened. So I do have a clip of that, so I'll probably show that in a bit. But other than that, let's move on. Yeah, so I didn't finish the death animations, but it'll just disappear in a second. There we go, and let's go down. So yeah, here's more of that slanted design, because you couldn't really tell where you're supposed to go. But once you jump out, you'll see that you are supposed to go down. So let's go down. Another one. Okay. I'm pretty much one hit away from dying, so let's hope I make it to the last part. Alright. So let's hope I don't die here, but this is where we are entering the boss zone. So we had that little camera oh, yeah, I died. Alright, I'm gonna just cut back to here in a second, so you guys won't have to see all that again. Alright, so I'm back here. Let's hope I don't die again. I have full health now. But this is why we have those hacks or cheats or whatever. But okay, so this is the boss level that we made. And right there, as you can see, you lose health if you get smacked by one of the hands. Right like that. And he also does a clap. That, and I'm pretty much it's one hit left. I'm gonna start damaging him to show you that works too. And you'll notice that there's a bunch of these black bars similar to the ones up here, because they are the same. But what we were actually planning for this boss fight was actually to have see how he's smashing down on both sides. That so these were actually placeholders for we were gonna have it produce shock waves that would move towards the center of the screen from both ends, like depending on where he hits, and you would have to jump over the shock waves, but if you jump, he claps, so you have to look out for that as well. So if there would have been two things that could have damaged you, it's the hands themselves, and then the shockwaves that come towards you. So I'm gonna fill them off now. Yeah, so that's what that would have been. All right, so I'm gonna show you one more thing. We implemented a fall too. So if you're jumping and you miss, you will fall to your death. That was an awful scream, but yeah. So there's a limit where it resets each time you hit a platform. So you'll have a parameter of 100 units of whatever it is, and so each time you step on a new platform, it resets to minus 100 of this platform, for instance. So it's always a different height, even though it is the same consistency. But yeah, that's pretty much our game. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask or let me know. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.